Hey, I have an update on an earlier story.
Mm-hmm.
You know Mixer?
Mm-hmm.
W- Say you worked at Mixer, right? You were like an employee at Mixer, the company.
Mm-hmm.
When do you think you found out that Mixer was being dissolved?
Oh my God. How many times? How many times does this have to happen? Are you fucking kidding me?
Is the answer 3
Are
hours
you
ago?
fucking
Yeah, it
kidding
is.
me?
There are
They
people going to
didn't
Twitter going
tell
like, I
the
just lost my job
staff
and I found out via
on
a fucking
Twitter.
press release.
Oh my God, you pieces of shit. You absolute scum. You did it again. You did it again.
Silicon Valley is the worst with
Like,
this. It
it's
defies
like,
belief.
there's so much. Like, think about how many emails were sent out to all of those employees talking about how valuable they are and how
Guys are
much they
so
matter
important.
and
The
how much
family.
the team is a family, as you said, and we, we are all in this together and we have values, and just think about how much time is spent on horse shit that absolutely absolutely the fog dissipates and you see the clarity in the final moments of the company where they don't even have the decency to tell the people that fucking work there that they no longer work there. And
Okay, so
that
I have the
is
person who broke this particular news. Her name is Tara Volker Wake. She is an on-camera host and a lead for Xbox's gaming and disability community stuff. So I'm gonna go through some of her tweets because she goes into detail on this. Um, she describes this 3 hours ago. These are all direct quotes. We didn't know this was coming. We found out right before you. I am being told I still have a job. I don't know what the job is yet. We have not confirmed that all of the Mixer employees will be relocated to other jobs. I'm really glad they let me get a bunch of people NDA'd and form an accessibility committee just in time to make like one announcement. And now I have no guidance on how to close it down. Just so you know how much we didn't know this was coming, last week they asked me to send in my picture for our town hall to celebrate my 3-year Mixer anniversary. And she has changed her profile to what even is my job?
yeah.
So I
So
think that's probably a pretty good source on that.
now
What the fuck?
now this is when this practice, which has unfortunately way too much precedent, is something that almost always comes last minute from the top down, and like it float like the people in the know that know for a while are oftentimes like the top of the fucking mountain, and then they drop it and then everything falls. The thought process behind why they do it this way is because when you don't when you do it the decent way and you bring people in, you give them their exit interview, and then you do the escort or whatever the case is, or you put the internal memo out and all that jazz. Everybody has those moments of panic, which then lead to the, like, obviously the tweets and the releases of, well, it's all fucked over here, it's on fire.
And then it disintegrates immediately.
Press
and you're
release
stuck
incoming in
and
3, 2, 1, and then exactly right, and then the fire starts. So this is all a preemptive thing to not have the fire start. But it's like, holy fuck, man. So your alternative is literally for people to find out alongside the public that they don't have their jobs anymore, and
or maybe they do. But
all
what is
ability
it?
all ability to plan, prepare, and do what you got to do, has to happen just after this announcement. It's gross every time. But
So
but like I said, you're looking at like this case where they're like, we mitigate the fires, and it's like, yeah, but those don't matter as much as the people you're hiring, man. What the fuck?
So I'm not a lawyer, and I'm definitely not an American lawyer. But I am pretty sure that in at least a couple US states and probably most provinces that there's some kind of labor law that you're breaking by doing this shit.
Perhaps
Firing people with no notice at all.
And like, you know, whatever panic you're worried about in terms of like, oh, the parent company is going to take a hit. Well, it's going to take a hit when the announcement comes out anyway. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, that event is going to be that event, you know? But it's just the desire to not have disgruntled employees create the narrative as opposed to react to the narrative, you know? By being ahead of everything, you have more control over it, and thus you can avoid the worst possible outcomes. And it's such a fucking shitty attitude to manage a company with, man. In its closing moments, you know. Ugh, that's fucking gross. Anyway, yeah. Well, double extra kudos to Ninja for fucking running that hustle and getting the fuck out. He got it, he bounced.
I should mention that people are pointing out that while Ninja and the like made fucking bank, there are actually a decent amount of streamers that were building up small to moderate sized followings on Mixer.
Of course.
That fucking evaporated in seconds.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is not to say that those people and their platform being lost is not fucking awful. That sucks. Because you're not just the company, you're also a host platform for many companies. Many small people are running their own businesses off of this platform, of course.
You don't even have the time to have the stream saying, hey guys, we're going to Google, or we're going to YouTube. Come on, follow this link. Like, you better hope everybody that watches your Mixer stream follows you on Twitter or Instagram, right? Or else you might as well have died and just disappeared.
If we get some sort of announcement from his team or him saying, yeah, I saw that shit coming, I decided to pull a Reggie Fils-Aimé, that is, and skydive in while the plane is on fire and smoke is billowing out, and he skydives in, loads up the backpack, loads up the 2 side packs, and then skydives out before it hits the fucking ground. You know, I mean, oh boy, you know, that is yeah, it's an extra disgusting thing now, which of course if the employees working at Mixer found out via press release, then you can only imagine, you know, literally everyone beneath that just like, hey, your shit's gone, your job's gone one day. Which is why, to be perfectly honest, this whole world, everything what we're doing right now, all of this, you know, you really do have to keep in mind that like you're not on a proprietary streaming platform that you own. You're signing into an account on someone else's shit. You know, this is not the Tom Green show fucking broadcast from his
Tom show either.
Sure. Being broadcast.
Oh, okay. Because sorry, that's the lyrics of the fucking Tom Green show.
Okay.
This is the Tom Green show. This isn't the Green Tom show. This is my favorite show because it is my show. I love the fucking Tom Green show. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted.
Yeah, this is not building it in your basement and dropping it on public access. You know, so this can all evaporate at any given moment. Likely, though, you can possibly see it coming a little bit when you're looking at a situation like Mixer, of course, which you also have to be exclusive to either one if you get to the partnership level, right?
Yeah.
Like you don't get the ability to option select your situation.
Yeah, like I'm deep in there with Twitch now, so they're like, "Hey, bitch, you're putting YouTube uploads up?" I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Those are gonna be 2 days late now." I'm like, "Okay." Right? And okay, so this Mixer told everyone that it was gonna die at 2:45 p.m. Eastern time, right?
Time of death.
So what this means is there are some poor motherfuckers who woke up on Monday morning.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was in the middle of saying. Right?
It's like
stream schedule
2 p.m. Start the stream. Hey everybody. Fucking what?
Yep.
Like right in the middle of their, you know?
Woke up, said I'm going to work today. No, you're not. All right. And again, this was already dealing with the slim pickings that was your audience on Mixer. You know, I don't know what the largest channels on Mixer were pulling in on a regular basis, but I mean,
maybe like 5-10 people.
That sentence ended a lot shorter than I thought it would be. Well, anyway, I look forward to the clock resets as we find out more about how bad this went down. Because quite frankly, like I said earlier in the podcast, my story started with someone at Mixer getting a slave analogy, and then the company shut down. So this is the third, you know. This is a two piece in a biscuit.
I'm waiting for the fucking the shoe to drop. It's like, hey, did you know that if you didn't sign a big deal with Mixer, you accidentally also signed a non-compete clause, which says you have to come to Facebook Gaming?
We've already made your account for you.
Yeah, you have to. It's we decide where you go for 3 years.
Yeah. So, yeah. Yep. Again, I feel the need to reiterate that, you know, there definitely should be, like, alternatives for these massive platforms. There should be a streaming alternative. There should be a YouTube alternative. There should, you know, like, that's good business. That's a good idea. But, wow, Microsoft was not doing it the right way. For example, invisible money. Probably not the best business strategy, but I don't know. I'm not.
Yeah, it's like if I'm going to get into a business
an economics major
as an adult businessman, which I am now, and so are you, and I go, okay, so you're going to give me this money. Cool, that's rad. Where does that money come from? And if the answer is I don't know, lol.
When the question mark profit actually applies,
is on the business plan.
It's actually applicable here. You know, make Mixer, stream games, question marks profit.
Question mark profit.
Get well, rip. Mixer got mixed up. The guy hit with the option select. What you gonna do?
The option select was all the other streaming services.
I mean, what Ninja did was an OS.
Yeah, it was.
He OS'd them. They're like, we will give you 10 digits to come here. And he's looking. We'll give you 10 digits to get in this car. And he's and he looks at the car. And he kicks the tires, and he sees the gas tank is right above E. He's like, yeah, I'll get in that car. Where are you going? San Francisco to LA? San Francisco to New York? Yeah, I'll get in that car. We ride.
There was this weird backlash that everybody got, all the streamers that went to Mixer and got paid to do so. and it was this thing. It's like, oh, you know, you saw everybody go, oh, you motherfuckers, you leave your community behind. You don't care. This is just about the money, and it's like, yeah. I remember, I forget what her name was. I wasn't familiar with her, but she's a streamer that she took the deal to go over to Mixer, and she did this thing of like, yeah, so I bought my mom a house.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone who's like, nah, man, you keep it real for the community, like, shut up, you liar.
So what if
You fucking liar.
So what if your mom now currently lives in Shadow Legends Manor?
Yeah. You gotta say, Raid Shadow Legends, good morning. Every time you open the door, it's the doorbell noise. It's one of my favorite games to play on my mobile device.
The free car in the driveway is stickered with the full ad wraparound all over it.
Yeah.
Do you want the car, Mom, or not? You know, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I like the car, yeah.
Well, anyway. Hey, did you
What
know?
a fucking mess. Oh my god.
It was the shoe was going to drop. You know, the shoe was going to drop.
Oh, of course, everyone knew Mixer was going to die, but I thought we were going to get a little heads up.
Stadia really is the miracle. But anyway,